A sudden thought cuts through the quiet room before the broom sweeps dust across the floor. The wooden sign still hangs upon the door, while shadows fade inside the gentle gloom. A cello draws a slow and heavy sigh as brass urns warm and start to gently hiss. There is no rush for any moment this, while clouds of steam rise up and wander by. The silver bell announces strangers passing through. A worn leather coat brings dampness from the street. Two porcelain cups are filled with amber brew, while distant signals guide the morning fleet. Silver spoon taps softly on the rim beside a page of news nobody reads. The window frame is frosted at the seams, where winter hides among the simple needs. A violin weaves upward through the air to touch the dust that settles on the frame. Each empty chair recalls a quiet name before the rush begins to linger there. The music slows down to a single thread. The lights are dimmed upon the polished wood. Another hour starts just as it should, with stories left unwritten and unsaid. Copper hand rests on 12 and 6. We sit apart while the floorboards creak. I see our shadows in 80 years, tracing the lines of our autumn tears. When silver frames hold a frozen smile and quiet rooms stretch across a mile, you will reach out for a woolen sleeve, wondering how we learned to leave. A cup of chicory cools on the ledge. We stare together We just hold hands against the drafty chill, knowing tomorrow will find us still. 10 minutes past, the room grows dim. We pull the blanket up to our chin. A scent of roasted hazelnut drifts past the glass, where rain has left small mirrors on the sill. An older man counts coins to pay his bill, and watches silver minutes slowly pass. He wears a wool coat worn at every seam, and stirs a little cloud of bitter cream. Old Arthur claims the corner seat provides a better view than any television screen of gray and amber hue. He tips his hat to passing cars and watches pigeons land, while holding tight a paper cup within his trembling hand. A heavy ceramic mug is set down neat beside a folded paper from the street. The waitress knows his order without word, a quiet routine safely kept and heard. She leaves 3 sugar packets in a row and wipes the formica where sunbeams go. Old Arthur claims the corner seat provides a better view than any television screen of gray and amber hue. He tips his hat to passing cars and watches pigeons land, while holding tight a paper cup within his trembling hand. The cello hums a slow and steady tune beneath the brass light of the fading noon. No rush to pack the coat or find the door, just shadows stretching softly on the floor. He leaves the final dime upon the wood and smiles because the coffee tasted good. The door swings shut behind his gentle stride, leaving the quiet empty space inside. Of my cardigan catches on the latch, a quiet friction pulling threads of 1984. The corner table wears a ring of water on the pine, where we would draw our future maps before the waiter swore. Cello notes begin to climb the glass, melting frost into a silver stream. Porcelain rattles when the subway rolls below. Smoke from your cigarette dissolved in winter snow. We traded pennies for a second cup of tea, and thought the simple world belonged to you and me. A heavy ceramic mug warms both my aging palms, is rising, just like breath in autumn chill. The wooden floorboards groan beneath a passing stride, carrying ghosts of conversations standing still. Violins are tracing curves of grace, painting shadows in an empty space. Porcelain rattles when the subway rolls below. Smoke from your cigarette dissolved in winter snow. We traded pennies for a second cup of tea, and thought the simple world belonged to you and me. Time does not hurry when the table stays the same, though every familiar face has traded out their name. I still can hear the laughter echoing through the hall before the leaves grew heavy and began to fall. The bell above the entrance softly rings again, washing the golden memories out in the rain. One empty chair across from where I sit alone in a quiet corner far away from home. The weight of the chair tells you how long you've stayed, while the steam from the ceramic slowly begins to fade. You were rushing so hard to become who you are now, forgetting the gentle line of your own brow. I saved a seat near the window for the boy you used to be, before your hands learned to tremble at the dark blue sea. Drink the bitter brew before the vapor disappears. Forgive the foolish boy who wasted all those anxious years. Nobody is grading how you carry through the cold. You are finally allowed to be soft and growing old. The waitress remembers your name but not your regrets. She wipes down the counter and pockets her cigarettes. You used to pace the hallway till your shoe soles wore thin, afraid of the endings before the story could begin. I left a crust of sourdough beside your china plate to prove that some good things are simply allowed to wait. Drink the bitter brew before the vapor disappears. Forgive the foolish boy who wasted all those anxious years. Nobody's grading how you carry through the cold. You are finally allowed to be soft and growing old. Put down the heavy ledger of things you failed to mend. The page turns quietly right here at the very end. Take another sip. The room is quiet now, no place left to run. You made it somehow.
me yesterday. The stairs are getting steeper. Now the floorboards creak beneath a softer tread. Steam is rising slowly from the porcelain rim, while the baker checks the bread. An apron tied with 3 knots on the left, a rusted bell that greets the passing street. The ceiling fan turns heavy in the quiet heat. A small white label peeling from the shelf. 2 women share a paper folded down the middle. Silver hair is tucked behind a woolen shawl. A drop of water slides across the window pane and stops before the wooden wall. An apron tied with 3 knots on the left, a rustic bell that greets the passing street. The ceiling fan turns heavy in the quiet heat. A small white label peeling from the shelf. Coins are counted out in silvered piles. A quiet nod is traded for a smile. The heavy door swings open with a sigh before the cloud can pass the second spire. Leave the spoon inside the cup. Let the morning settle down. No one needs to rush today in this corner of the town.
A copper paper clip bends into the page, while the radio murmurs low in age. Nobody asked why I sit alone this early, watching the steam rise thin and curly. Footsteps pause outside the glass, watching the heavy minutes pass. Old melodies drift from the hidden speakers, while customers trade their heavy coats for sneakers. I pay for black drip and a toasted bun, sitting quietly beneath the rising sun. The floorboards remember every heavy tread, long before the morning paper was even read. A woman counts coins in a checkered skirt, keeping her distance from daily dirt. Footsteps pause outside the glass, watching the heavy minutes pass. Old melodies drift from the hidden speakers, while customers trade their heavy coats for sneakers. I pay for black drip and a toasted bun, sitting quietly beneath the rising sun. Time does not rush for a graying head, it lingers instead on the crumbs of bread. I pull on my coat and check the weather vane, stepping back out into the gentle lane. Gray memory drops into the quiet room, like a dry leaf landing on a porcelain saucer. The old clock ticks without a bit of hurry, while the brass bell waits above the heavy door. Footsteps echo softly down the hardwood floor. Nobody is rushing through the winter chill. Steam rises thick from the dark roasted brew. An apron is tied with a knot worn and true. The waitress pours water into glass number 9, while yesterday's paper lies flat on the pine. Two silver spoons clink against a stoneware mug. A cello warms up with a low sliding hum. The window pane fogs where the heater breathes out, and time slows right down to the beat of a drum. We trade 40 years for a corner booth seat, watching the shadows shrink back from the street. The cup is half empty, the afternoon nears. We leave all our change for the coming of years. A buttery ember falls over the wood where nobody stood for an hour or two. A porcelain mug rests against your left sleeve, while leaves on the sidewalk turn yellow and bruise. You asked if the salt shaker always leaked blue, and handed me napkins to wipe up the dew. I told you the weather was playing it blind. We left half our breakfast and walked out behind. A cello begins in the back of the room, beside a cheap broom and a stack of old mail. You mentioned your cousin who lives by the dock, and sold me a story about a great whale. You asked if the salt shaker always leaked blue, and handed me napkins to wipe up the dew. I told you the weather was playing it blind. We left half our breakfast and walked out behind. Strings pull the air until windows grow thin. We share a small umbrella, though rain hasn't been. The amber recedes from the edge of the floor. You turned down the corner and locked up the door. milkman's crate clatters on the pavement stone, just like the Tuesday when our coats were sewn. I still keep the sugar packets in a row, waiting for the winter wind to start to blow. Old linoleum remembers every stride. We traded secrets with the steam inside. Now the coffee pot has grown completely cold, leaving stories that we never got to fold. The corner street light flickers amber through the pane, counting out the passengers who missed the train. I reach across the table where you used to sit, finding only dust where we would talk a bit. Old linoleum remembers every stride. We traded secrets with the steam inside. Now the coffee pot has grown completely cold, leaving stories that we never got to fold. Time moves slowly when the booth is empty now. I wonder if you kept your promise anyhow. A milkman's crate fades down the avenue, and every empty cup reminds me just of you. The iron rattle of the baker's gate strikes the pavement just a bit too late for you and me to miss the early chill that lingers past the sloping northern hill. You saved a woolen scarf to block the draft while the ancient waitress poured the second draught. We watched the postal truck maneuver blind, leaving all our heavy thoughts behind. Wrap around the porcelain rim as daylight makes the street lamp amber dim. We never needed much to pass the hours, just passing gossip on the neighborhood flowers. You saved a woolen scarf to block the draft while the ancient waitress poured the second draught. We watched the postal truck maneuver blind, leaving all our heavy thoughts behind. Slip between the butter knives. We built our quiet, unassuming lives. One corner table through the freezing sleet, watching strangers hurry down the street. Stands warm against the shaking of our hands. The morning noise is fading out of view. I am glad I share this booth with you. A sudden thought cuts through the quiet room. about the umbrella left on the bus. The cello warms up in the corner gloom, while the brass bell waits for none of us. Porcelain cups clink against the polished oak, while the baker laughs at a heavy joke. A single page turns in the morning breeze. A steam rises softly past the winter trees. The floorboards remember every heavy tread since 1980 when the varnish dried. A quiet murmur where the paper was read and the loaf of rice sits side by side. Porcelain cups clink against the polished oak, while the baker laughs at a heavy joke. A single page turns in the morning breeze. Steam rises softly past the winter trees. Strings pull tighter as the daylight grows, finding the corners where the shadows hide. Nobody asks where the river flows. We just sit together on the warmer side. The drawer slides shut with a wooden sound. Another hour starts to turn around. Warm toasted rye and heavy dark roast drift past the glass where the trolley still slows. Arthur adjusts his wool cardigan sleeve, counting the minutes he has left to leave. Old Clara writes her sister on the margin of a bill, while the copper kettle hisses on the counter up the hill. Nobody rushes when the weather turns to gray, and the damp November afternoon keeps everyone at bay. A pocket watch clicks on the worn checker floor, while silver-haired neighbors walk through the front door. They talk about winters that used to be deep, and children who sailed across oceans to sleep. Old Clara writes her sister on the margin of a bill, while the copper kettle hisses on the counter up the hill. Nobody rushes when the weather turns to gray, and the damp November afternoon keeps everyone at bay. Porcelain cups clink softly in the rack, leaving old footprints on the worn welcome mat. The bell gives a chime as the shadows stretch long, and the quiet corner table holds the echo of a song. The weight of the chair tells me how long I sat, counting the moths that got trapped in the slats. You were so sure of the road in your head, your boots weren't yet worn. You laughed at the rain as it shredded the corn. I saved you a corner behind the front door, where you dropped all the pennies you couldn't count more. We ended up right where the map started out, carrying silence instead of your doubt. Put down the heavy coat, nobody's keeping score. We locked the heavy iron gate. Rest your old bones on the cushion I broke. We spent all our fire on the very same smoke. An amber glow from the corner lamp lands on your hat. It's the very same felt my father wore down at the yard. You're stirring sugar into a porcelain cup, watching the steam rise up like an old question. Do you also remember the smell of wet pavement after July rain, sitting on benches while the afternoon trains roll away? I haven't spoken of him since the winter snow cleared, yet here you are holding the salt shaker, just as he did. We share a table, though we've never met before today. The clock on the wall ticks louder than the radio tunes. Your knuckles are scarred from some long-forgotten trade. Mine bear the ink of ledgers closed 30 years ago. Do you also remember the smell of wet pavement after July rain, sitting on benches while the afternoon trains roll away? I haven't spoken of him since the winter snow cleared, yet here you are holding the salt shaker, just as he did. The waitress brings the check and sets it right between our cups. Neither of us reaches for the leather billfold, yet we just watch the shadow of the window frame shift across the grain of the worn wooden tabletop. Drive safe on the avenue when the street lights blink. Keep your collar turned high against the approaching chill. We finish our coffee and walk out separate doors into the quiet dusk of an ordinary town. The wool of your old winter coat holds the shape of the shoulders that carried the rain and the doubt. I run my thumb over the seam at the nape and let all the quiet ghost slowly file out. A nickel drop down in the lining back then is still making noise when I move now and then. We walk past the diner while neon was humming. A trombone in town kept the pavement drummed up. You laughed at the copper coin fortune coming and left half your sugar inside the white cup. The parlor is dusted with light on the floor where Sunday was spent in the ticking of clocks. A pair of brown slippers remains by the door beside a small basket of mismatched wool socks. The latch on the window still sticks in the cold, just like the stories we never quite told. We walked past the diner while neon was humming. A trombone in town kept the pavement drummed up. He laughed at the copper coin fortune coming and left half your sugar inside the white cup. Time rolls its sleeves up and puts down the pen, leaving us right where we started again. The fabric grows thinner where elbows would lean. A picture of summer stuck right in between. A bent-in button sits beside my tea. A bit of copper from a woolly coat. I turn it round and wonder where you be, while notes of muted trumpet gently float. That wicker chair remembers how you smiled before the ivy climbed above the sill. We laughed together like a foolish child, and now the evening room is very still. Old photographs keep fading on the shelf. I trace the dust upon the walnut grain. The clock ticks softly just to hear itself. We left our coats out in the autumn rain. Beneath a sliding shoe, a tune begins to wander from the horn. I almost poured a second cup for you. This quiet Tuesday feels so newly born. The brass mute dims the closing of the phrase. A single nickel resting in the shade.